the lost son of Abraham, who became the father of the Arab people. God once made a promise to Abraham.
You will be the father of many nations.
God said Abraham's son would be his heir.
This man will not be your heir, but a son who is your own flesh and blood will be your heir.
Abraham's wife Sarah was barren. Sarah told Abraham to sleep with her servant Hagar. Hagar could then bear Abraham's child. This was a custom of the pagan tribes around them, but it was not God's intended way. When Abraham slept with Hagar, she bore a son called Ishmael. Abraham was 86 years old at the time. The name Ishmael has a meaning in Hebrew. It means God hears, or God will hear. Abraham named Ishmael for a reason. He thought he was the promised son. But 13 years after Ishmael's birth, Sarah had a miracle. At age 90, she gave birth to Isaac. Prior to his birth, 3 visitors came to Abraham and Sarah. They are often seen as angels, or God himself. The visitors promised a son once more. Sarah initially laughed in disbelief. That is why the child was named Isaac, meaning laughter. Suddenly, Ishmael was no longer to be heir. God declared his covenant would pass through Isaac. When Abraham asked about Ishmael's role, God replied,
I will bless him and will make him fruitful.
Later, when Isaac was weaned, Ishmael mocked the child. Ishmael was about 16 at the time. Sarah grew angry with Hagar and her son. She told Abraham to send them away.
Get rid of that slave woman and her son, for that slave woman's son will never share in the inheritance with my son Isaac.
Abraham loved his firstborn, but he listened to Sarah when God told him that in Isaac, your seed shall be called. Hagar and her son were left stranded in the Beersheba desert. They faced death without water or food, but God did not forsake them. The Lord sent an angel to their aid. The angel revealed a hidden well to Hagar. This saved both the mother and the adolescent son. Though cast by man, God preserved them according to greater plans. Hagar found an Egyptian wife for Ishmael. God kept his promise to make Ishmael fruitful. Ishmael fathered 12 boys, just as Isaac's son, Jacob. Jacob's sons would go on to lead the 12 tribes of Israel. Ishmael died when he was 137 years old. His sons eventually led nomadic Arab tribes. Each of them was a tribal chief. Kedar became the father of the Kidarites. His tribe settled in the Syrian desert. In Islamic tradition, Muhammad descended from Kedar. In Christianity, Jesus traced his ancestry to Judah, Jacob's son. Generations later, Ishmael and Jacob's heirs crossed paths. Jacob's son Joseph could interpret dreams. He told his brothers about one. In the dream, they encircled and bowed to him. The brothers were so jealous that they sold Joseph into slavery. Ishmaelite traders bought Joseph and brought him to Egypt. There, Joseph became vizier. He was second only to the pharaoh. Eventually, he saved Egypt and his kin during a famine. So the Ishmaelites played a role in divine plans.